What's going on, y'all? We are back. Another episode of Discussions and Conversations. Your two favorite duo. What's up, Drip?
Your two favorite duo.
Your two favorite duo? That's not the right one, right?
What up,
Your
man?
favorite duo.
What up,
Your
man?
favorite duo. That's what it is.
We here. We back. It's Monday.
Monday.
Monday. And the difference between today than usual is it's actually Monday.
Yeah, it's really Monday.
So we about to give y'all some news, some stories, some stuff that we've seen over the weekend that we just felt the need that we want to talk about, huh?
Yeah, that we got to talk about.
Today's theme, today's topics, today's, what do you want to call it? Title for the episode is Big Moments, Big Energy, Big Moves.
Big moves.
So,
and did we not see that all weekend long?
Oh my God. I'm talking about all three. Big moments. I believe the biggest moment of this weekend, well, oh my God.
It's hard to say that. One of the biggest moments, I would say arguably, is John Cena going and getting number 17.
See, for me, I was going to say the big moment was Jey Uso going out there and getting him that got doggone title, bro.
I would say that's a big move. Now, some big energy, I would say is LA. What's going on in LA? Minnesota? What is it really Lakers? Are we really looking at Lakers in 5? We talking about it all. We talking about it all today.
So let's start there. Are we really looking at Lakers in 5?
I'm going to say no. We might be looking at Lakers in 7.
So here's what I say, man. For one, they're at home. So
yes.
For us to be intimidated,
at home, yes,
trepidated, any of these things, let's remember they're at home. So for, you know what they always say, it's not a series till one team takes one on the road.
Yes,
so we got
that's
us
all.
A series.
Yes,
we got us a series. That's number one. But beyond it being a series, I would like to highlight the fact that, again, it's only one game.
Yeah, but.
So if we were saying Lakers in 5, I mean, we expected them to get one game.
Yes, but by this big of a margin? I mean, Minnesota really took it to LA in game 1. Now, I would say all the LA fans, all the LeBron fans, which we are, big LeBron fans over here, right? But all the LA fans are going to argue, well, this is what happened in 2020, and you saw what happened when we lost the first game. We went and won the finals. Because in 2020, they lost their first game. The next thing you know, we was crowning them the champions.
Exactly.
So people will argue we seen that again.
That's my point, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. Like, we can still say Lakers in 5, bro. It's LeBron and Luka.
Yes. Now, and that I think is the big difference. Even no disrespect to AD, we already know
down.
Always down. That's how we refer to him here on this podcast, right? No disrespect to him, but LeBron having Luka this time is a lot more beneficial than when he had AD in 2020.
AD sucked.
Like, we know Luka is going to be the answer to really getting LA to where they're trying to go in the playoffs.
I'm as of right now, the series is at a point in which it's kind of like, for sure, it's scary.
Yes.
Yes.
Bro,
the margin.
It was a big margin. I mean, they were up.
Margin of victory.
30, 40.
At one point, they were up like 45 points.
Yeah. So, jumping from the LA game, jump over and look at what Memphis did. Or what Memphis would say didn't do.
Me personally, I've always felt like Memphis always needed more, in a sense of Ja always needed somebody to be there with him.
Did they lose something when they lost Marcus Smart?
No. I don't feel like Marcus Smart played a role when he was there.
Okay. I mean, as far as maybe leadership or guidance or whatever that is to Ja, because Ja, is Memphis the problem? Is Ja the problem? Like,
Ja's the problem.
Ja's the problem in Memphis.
The problem. I mean, I would believe.
So should Memphis be hedging their bets on Jaren Jackson?
Let me go back to your first question. Ja's the problem, and I believe it's the culture of Memphis that creates Ja as the problem. Memphis, CMG, for sure. That is what's relating to the problem. So when you have I mean, and that you're going to get that any city you go to, especially being Ja Morant. You're going to get that.
You won't get it as much if you come to Orlando.
But he will.
But how much?
Morant. Because it's Ja Morant, people are going to come see Ja Morant. That's the same thing that's happening in Memphis. It's not the fact that the Memphis Grizzlies are a great organization and that's why they were going to see Ja. They were going to see Ja. So no matter where Ja goes, all of that is going to follow him low key.
All that as far as his people, his following.
People, his following, his entourage, because he still hasn't changed his entourage.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's going to be Ja's biggest problem.
And that's the problem that's hitting him now is because he hasn't changed the people around him.
I mean, he'll never, and I mean, that's a very valid point, right? Because no matter where you go, if you're not going to be willing to change the people around you, then you're never going to change your quote unquote situation. That's a life lesson.
Yeah, that problem's going to forever follow him. So whether he goes to Orlando, Miami, because Memphis itself is a small market team. So we can't say.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely made Memphis what it is. He's definitely made Memphis what it is.
That's still technically a small market. So no matter where he goes, Ja's going to be Ja unless Ja changes Ja.
So, all right, let's take away the personal side of it. Let's look at the game that they played this past weekend. Memphis did not. They did not do anything that they were supposed to do in the game, right? But some would argue that Shea also didn't play the best.
Bro, watching that game, seeing what was unfolding in that game, nobody performed. Well, I won't say nobody. The stars that were supposed to.
Yeah, the supposedly stars did not perform up to their no. It was definitely a role player game. Yeah,
it was a bench game.
It was 100% a role player game.
And it was a very lopsided bench game, might I add. Because at one point, I think OKC's bench had, it was like 30-something to 10 bench points wise.
OKC bench went out there. And again, it attributes to what Shea did not do on the court, because for the bench to come and outscore the starters by that much, and when me and Chris was watching the game together, I leaned over to him and I was like, his agent must have told him that he won that MVP and he out there playing on nerves, because it just did not look like Shea. Like, it just looked like something had to be wrong.
But when you said that, I leaned over in that same moment and said, this is the same thing he did last playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, it's just this time.
Last playoffs, they ended second round, they were out of there. So what's the same, literally same exact thing. He came out there, game 1, barely played. Game 2, 3, 4, 5. After that, he played his ass off. So he's still giving us the same. He's giving us exactly what he gave us last year to play.
I guess the only difference is now is that Oklahoma has went and given him a better team around him, or maybe better chemistries around him. Because it's hard to say that they're a better team on paper when you look at what the West is stacked up against. Like, they're going to have to go up against a team potentially with Steph, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, LeBron James, Luka. Like, so there's teams that are stacked on the West that they're going to potentially have to face. I think Oklahoma just have good chemistry. They're super young. Super young. And to go out there and play like they did, even with Shea being their star player, and for them to say, you know what, man, I don't know what you got going on, but nigga, we got a game to win, and we going to put it all out there.
I don't know, man. Shea, I know for sure Shea disappointed a lot of people on this past weekend.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he definitely blew a lot of tickets. Any tickets got, he definitely blew some tickets.
He disappointed a lot of bettors this past weekend. I think he disappointed their organization this past weekend. Even though they pulled off the dub.
Yeah.
You supposed to come out and score 35, 40 points.
I mean, that's what you've been doing all regular season.
That's what you've averaged. 30, what do you average, like 26, 27 points?
And if you for you to come out here in our playoff game, we haven't won this many regular season games in God knows how long. Like, bro, we supposed to come out at home on fire. So how do you feel about I don't want to ask you how. Let me rephrase this question, because I know how you feel about it. But Orlando and Boston this past weekend, what can Orlando do different to win game 2, or were the expectations to lose the first game?
I think if you're a true fan of any team, in any sport, you never have the expectation of losing any games. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it's David versus Goliath.
Good analogy.
If you're a true fan, you really shouldn't expect to lose any damn thing.
Yeah, your expectation should be every game we play, every game we suit up, we gonna win it.
We him. So I don't know, man. Sunday was the first half was amazing.
Yeah, the first half definitely had us on the edge of the seats.
To finish the first half up 1. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting there like I told y'all.
Yeah, this might be it.
Because again, like all season long, we've been giving it. We've been giving it.
We've been
giving it to the Boston Celtics. Every chance we can
every
get.
Game.
So it was kind of hard to, sit there and see. It was hard to watch. Of course, again, after the first half, it was hard to watch because it's kind of like, what are y'all doing? Like, I feel like, and I've been saying this for a while now, I feel like all teams or all players, to an extent, play with the purpose of, I got to get this foul call.
Yeah, I think.
And it hurts the detriment of the team, the organization, the playoff series, all of that.
But when you look at some of the rule changes that's been made, like with intentional fouls and all of that, that's why the league has tried to tailor some of the rules, is because a lot of players literally live for the foul. It's like, if I'm going up for this, I'm only going to go up for this if I know I got 2 or 3 people clobbering at me, so that way I can get the quote-unquote and one or the free shots.
Yeah, it's the detriment of us. And Orlando is the prime example of, because I didn't know that until listening to the game on Sunday, yesterday. I didn't know that we were number two in the league all season long for defense.
I mean, I don't think it's like a big shock. I mean, no doubt, Coach Mosley is like a defensive-minded coach.
Fire.
So, yeah, we had that conversation. I wouldn't even say argument, because I think both of us agreed that it is probably time for Mosley to go ahead. I feel like if Jamal Mosley don't get fired now, the potential that Paulo has and the ceiling that Paulo can reach is going to slowly kind of diminish, because Jamal is just not. He's the one to untap that like early on potential, but Paulo is like a generational talent, and he definitely needs that tenured coach. He needs
a generational coach.
Yeah, he definitely needs a tenured coach. I mean, there's so many out there now with all the coach firings that's happened over in Phoenix, over in Denver, over everywhere. It's coaches out there now that can take Paulo, not just even take Paulo, take the Orlando Magic team, because it's a good core team, and they'll take them boys to another level. I don't think Jamal's it right now.
I feel like coaching is the issue for Orlando overall. I feel
like yeah.
Even hell, the last 2 start lineups we had, the game versus Atlanta Hawks and then the game yesterday versus Boston. Like that, the starting lineups that you're choosing alone. Why do you have Corey Joseph in?
We got Anthony Black
over Cole Anthony over anybody? Because yes, you want Cole to come in and ignite the fire for the
be
bench,
that 6 man.
You still got other players who are good.
I think move Cole into the starting lineup. Let Anthony develop that 6 man presence that you're trying to build, if in fact that's what it's all about. But to leave a Cole Anthony and an Anthony Black on the bench it's just no. I'm not. That was the one move when I saw the starting lineup yesterday. Me and Chris both were like, yeah, no. So staying in Florida, Miami took a big loss. Not the happiest to Cleveland. I think as a Miami fan, it was pretty tough to see. I'm just glad that we're even in the playoffs.
Not for me.
I'm just glad we're even in the playoffs. Losing Jimmy Butler, nobody even thought we would even make it still. So being in the playoffs and being able to face a team like Cleveland, it was like, damn. I mean, we made it. So, but like Chris said earlier, I don't think I went into it thinking that we were going to lose. I was like, all right, we might be able to swing one. Or Chris showed me last night we had the closest margin of of losses.
Yes, y'all did. Y'all had the best loss all weekend.
We had the best loss all weekend.
Had the best loss all weekend. I wouldn't be ashamed of that if I were you. I'm just
saying. So
that's
the plus side.
40, 50, 60, 70, 80 points.
Now, we were down 30, 40, 50 throughout the game, but when it closed.
That's not what matters, though. What matters is how you finish.
It's worth about how you finish.
Y'all finished the least suckiest of us all.
Which is not, terrible. Terrible, but not too bad.
I was upset at that.
I'm honestly, realistically, as a Miami fan, I'm going to go ahead and call it Cleveland. Cleveland might go ahead and dust them brooms off.
No.
I don't know. I mean, being a Miami fan, coming down to Miami, obviously the energy is going to be a lot different when they come down.
Bro, y'all going to do the same thing that we did to them, bro. Y'all are going to win every home game. They're going to win every home game. It's going to be a 7-game series. Whoever.
Oh, no, I don't see it going 7. We don't have the star power, the firepower, the nothing to keep up with Cleveland.
Cleveland sucks, bro.
I mean, yes, they suck, but they're better than on paper wise. Like they have a team. They have a chemistry
on paper, or chemistry, all of that. From Orlando versus last year, they had all of that. That was not a mental second season with them. They had all of that last year.
Exactly, but suck. Orlando had something last year that Miami don't have this year, and that's chemistry. Like we literally, like Jimmy Butler was the core of the Miami organization. Like when you snatch something like that out of the locker room, like them boys still recovering from that. Like they out there playing because they got to. That's their job. But I don't, until we get another star in there to bring that morale up. I mean, you almost might as well just tuck your tail and go ahead and just call it the first round. Because even if we get out of the first round, the teams that we'll have to face don't want to see Orlando, don't want to see Boston. Because if Orlando take Boston,
I y'all was gonna come out of the second round. I was just saying y'all was gonna take them 7 games.
Nah, hell no.
Because Cleveland sucks. Bro.
I mean they're gonna win
Cleveland
one.
Sucks, man.
They're gonna win one. You see how you disrespected me? I'm not saying you guys are gonna come out of the first round. But if it happened, it had to happen.
I was never gonna say that.
No. Cleveland definitely could definitely let us snag one, but they're gonna take it.
Okay, so let's get rid of this basketball talk because there was a lot that happened this weekend in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Nothing stayed in Vegas this weekend like it was supposed to. Everything has been out.
Showcase of the Immortals. What the Super Bowl of wrestling was this past weekend, WrestleMania 41. And
the biggest nights. 2-night event.
Did it live up to expectation? No. But was it WrestleMania? Yes.
1 out of 10, real quick. Rating this past weekend, WrestleMania 41. 1 out of 10. Give me a 1 out of 10.
It's 4.
All right, I'm giving it 4.5.
Yeah.
A part of me want to give it that 5, but it did not deliver in a lot of different ways. Start with night 1, Drip. What's one thing in night 1 that just had you like, what in the hell is WWE doing?
Everything. I didn't. As y'all know now, for the last 3 or 4 episodes, I've been saying I don't understand how you win the Royal Rumble, and as they advertise, the winner of Royal Rumble headlines WrestleMania, and Jey Uso didn't headline WrestleMania.
I think that was a comment that we kept like reiterating the entire night while watching it, like just going over like, Drip, this man really not headlining. Like they just got him just Joe Schmo, like it's just a regular old fight. Like the rules have not always been the winner of the Royal Rumble not only gets to call the champion they want to face, but they also get to headline. And then y'all headlined us, and then curveball. I mean, the headline that they gave with CM, Seth, and Roman just was like, what the hell was that?
I mean, I can honestly say that great match. Great.
Yes. Great energy. Like, I mean, top to bottom.
Overall, like.
On that match, 1 out of 10, what you got for that one? Match rate that one.
During the match, it was like I was at about a 5 or 6. Once we finally got around to the end, Paul Heyman did all that he did. That's when I got to like, okay, I can go 8, maybe 9 out of 10.
I mean, just now seeing Seth take off, Seth is definitely my top 3 wrestlers of all time. So kind of seeing that storyline and what's about to develop there, I'm like, okay, let's see what's about to happen here with him and Paul. Because, yes, we knew the favor was there, but god damn, Paul went through and really made sure he, like, kept the favor alive.
That's the issue. The issue is y'all have all these storylines going on, and none of the storylines have gotten the attention or the actual storytelling that they deserve. So take John Cena, The Rock, Travis Scott, and what's the name, for instance? Cody Rhodes, for instance. You set up the story all the way back in February, March, that, oh, I'm heel, I'm turning, this is me, this is what. Thus far, we've gotten no explanation on anything.
As far as why the heel is coming. Why?
Not even why the heel is coming. What's the involvement of The Rock? We haven't seen The Rock since that.
Yeah, I mean, him not coming out for WrestleMania was pretty insane.
So now we're here and we're saying that we want to see the storyline between Paul Heyman and Seth, but we haven't seen the whole storyline from 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago. So it's kind of like it then feeds again into, it could have been an 8, 8.5, 9 as a match overall, but again, like, why was the match a match in the first place?
I mean, I think that's probably one of those behind the scene questions that we won't get the answer to until one of those documentaries come out years later of like, well, yeah, you guys wonder why this, because I think everybody's wondering, like, well, what's the significance of this match? Like, nobody's announced a retirement out of these 3. CM's been back long enough. Like, what the hell is happening?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think anybody really cares that this match happened.
No, I don't think it was the highlight of anybody's WrestleMania.
Like, so to main event something like this, and realistically, it has no implications. It has no drive, no status quo, none of that to it. Why?
I think it's one of those things where it's like, where are y'all trying to take this that y'all are dragging it along this far?
And to drag it along this far, because again, it's not just been because you merge a storyline between CM Punk and Seth into this. You merge a storyline between Seth and Roman into this. You merge a storyline between Seth, Roman, and CM into this, which then converges what do you call it? A witch's cauldron or whatever you call it.
A love triangle or a love hectagon they got going on. It's crazy.
You got this big ass thing full of nothing, because again, what is the purpose of this match?
Yeah. And then you got Paul Heyman. Then you got Paul Heyman here just like on the sideline.
It literally looks like they're fighting over Paul Heyman. And what the hell is Paul Heyman to fight over?
Yeah. It's like, is the wise man, y'all really think the wise man this wise that y'all going back and forth like this? Because the glimmer of like hope in Roman's eye when he saw Paul kind of like get ready to go in his favor, it was like, why are you so, what is this about? You happy? You this happy about Paul?
Again, I don't understand. I think that's a good thing. I think ultimately that's what WrestleMania is for. WrestleMania is for us to...
Is it to reset the...
Not understand what's happening. Like, to understand it, yes, but again, it's like you were just alluding to. It's to
kind of reset the storylines, reset everybody's mindset, shift focus.
That's the purpose of WrestleMania. It's closing one season to start a new one.
So they led up with The Rock. They led up with all of that.
All of that's still stupid as hell.
Like, all of that still don't make sense.
Yeah, all of that
even closing the season out.
That's still stupid. Because again,
because this man made no appearance.
WrestleMania is supposed to start new storylines or answer questions about storylines that we've already been wondering. Mm-hmm. We haven't gotten any answers last night to the stuff that we've really been questioning as fans of WWE.
I think we were all watching at the end of it and was probably like, all right, what's about to happen? Because there's no way he just won it. Like, there got to be, where's the theme music? Where's The Rock? Where's somebody? Nothing.
And then it just goes to the titles.
Travis just came out, held his belt. I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all don't got The Rock here?
I was highly disappointed with the showcase of the Immortals this year.
I mean, one of the biggest moves is Becky Lynch is back. Becky came back. The man is back. It was damn funny to see her and Liv go back and forth through the entire match. Liv was not trying to face that heat.
Yeah, I loved it.
I think that match for me was that was a 10. I mean, when Becky came out, that theme music hit, it just let me know, like, all right, we about to go in.
Yeah, I like holding it.
I mean, we was holding it all this weekend, so I mean, it make a little more sense.
It feels different. I was about to ask if I could take it off, but then I was like, wait a minute, this is our podcast.
Yeah, it's our podcast.
We want to do.
Yeah, we do what we want to do.
But yeah, it was different.
Yeah.
This weekend was very different. WrestleMania was very different this year from any of the WrestleMania that we've had ever before, because again, the lead up has always been different.
Last year's WrestleMania storyline definitely, like,
oh my goodness,
I mean, that storyline followed and tracked throughout the entire. I'm telling you,
bro, man.
Like, and now you just saw. I mean, realistically, the bloodline is like done, right? I mean, that's probably safe to assume the OG bloodline, the new bloodline, like.
I think at this point.
Well, where's that?
The bloodline will never be done.
Well, yeah, right, yeah, essentially, because it's too many.
Not even on that aspect. I think overall there will never not be the bloodline. I think the faction thing that they got going on now, even though the faction is broken with Solo and Tua Tungaloa and all these other characters, I think even though with the beef that they got going on right now, I don't think they'll, at least for another year, we'll still have the faction of the bloodline. At least for another year and a half, maybe even 2.
So Bloodline or Judgment Day, one of them is going to be gone.
Judgment Day is gone. Okay, that's done.
I was going to say after what happened
Dominic and Finn, that Judgment Day is done with.
Like, I'm ready to see Raw tonight. Ready to kind of see SmackDown this week. I'm just ready to see how they about to unravel that bloodline. That Judgment Day storyline. Rhea not winning the women's championship. EO retained. How does that feel? I tell you right now, I'm hot fire mad about that. I mean, I knew it was going to come down to Bianca or EO. I think we were talking about it yesterday. Like, Rhea was like whispered, but I kind of felt like it was going to be Bianca or EO.
I think that's one of the matches.
One of Bianca.
Again, one of the build up to it, the drama behind it, the storyline behind it.
Was so stupid, bro. It oh my god,
about that match,
bro. Rhea just came out of nowhere that night and was like, "Yeah, I want to fight."
Yeah, it made me not care about that match overall. Like, I really, even watching it last night, like, you saw my reaction to everything. I was just sitting there like, yeah, right, yeah. Oh, good one. Oh, she got the Belair thing on her. Oh, she hit her with that.
I mean, I think that was our reaction throughout, not just yours. I think that was our reaction throughout, like, the entire just WrestleMania, like, weekend, because it just did not really. I guess first off, our expectations probably shouldn't have been as high as they were, considering leading up to all that they were not giving us.
But I think my expectations weren't high because they weren't.
They weren't giving us anything.
I know my expectations.
I don't think anyone's expectations should have been like extremely high had you really been following. Now, if you're just like a part-time fan and you just found out like, oh shit, John Cena turned heel, let me start watching wrestling, then yeah, you was probably turned. But if you've been like watching it, then you would know that this was It didn't make sense. The fights were not like...
It was trash, bro.
He's yawning, so obviously it made him tired.
It was trash, bro. Like, WrestleMania this year was trash.
It was not... No. I was not...
I was not satisfied. And because I was not satisfied, let's stop talking about this. In other blank stare news... Blank stare. Another blank stare news. This morning, all of our phones have been buzzing, ringing. Instagram has been going crazy. Twitter, X, as we may know it now. Facebook, Threads. Everything has been going crazy because of Shannon Sharpe.
What you got going on, Drip? Did you? We read it. They are really saying. First off, Shannon Sharpe is being sued for $50 million.
Not my
All right.
Not my
Now, the allegations that are coming out is from a supposed Jane Doe, and she's saying, yeah, definitely feel like a Michelle,
ain't
right?
No damn Jane Doe, it's Michelle.
And she's saying that my complete train of thought just fucked me up just then. She's saying that her and Ankh had a relationship, and pretty much, long story short, it went sour. So, starting back in October of last year, when the whole Michelle allegation started out, or when that whole shindig went down, she said she tried to leave him. Now, when I read the article, I read it differently than others are reading it. Some are reading it that it's the illusion that she's Michelle. I was reading it as when the Michelle shit came out, she was like, yeah, I need to leave you. Now, I've been reading comments and from talking to Drip, people...
But that's Michelle, bro. That's Michelle,
Michelle, now we all heard the video. The Michelle that I heard in the video of that you was just doing, that wasn't no 20-year-old girl. That bitch was old.
That's Michelle, bro.
All right, I'm just being honest with you. The person that I heard in Ankh video sounded to be in their 30s or 40s. The person that is coming against Ankh now is 21 now.
All I heard in Ankh video was, that's my Michelle. I ain't hear no female, no nothing in the background. All I heard was,
yeah. So
that's my Michelle.
I'm 100% going. Well, I clean my ears. So I heard the female interaction on the other side of it as well, and it don't sound like nobody that's 21. So I'm going to assume that this
Maybe
person
she been smoking cigarettes since 16.
Backwards, the way she sounded.
Like,
and here's my whole thing with it, right? Like, let's just cut straight to the chase. This whole Jane Doe thing, like, if you're gonna call somebody out, put your name out there. Like, why? Like, to come at somebody of this stature, of this magnitude, and to be like, oh, I don't want to say anything. I'm gonna just Jane Doe it. That's
this may be one of the ones that we get canceled off of, and we just got here. But listen,
hey, that's cool. Cancel goes viral at the same time.
Listen to me, and I talk about me if you will, talk about me if you may. I really don't give a damn. If you continue to let somebody do something on numerous occasions, different times, different anything. I think we touched on it before. It's kind of like that thing that they say.
It's kind of like insanity.
Insanity, stupidity. All of those are doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So if you're going to this man, letting him do whatever he's doing to you, and then afterwards saying, hey, I need to leave you, and then he does it again the next day, and you say again, hey, I want to leave you.
So that's not the story, though. That's not her story. That wasn't her story. The relationship started out in LA as it was a good relationship. It was cool. Her and Ankh was getting together. They was doing their thing. Cool. Somewhere, somehow things went sour, and it's when Ankh got on that rope hill.
When they quote unquote moved to Vegas in two different houses, you have the ability to get out. Yo, two different houses.
But see, you can't say that because you don't know what her life was contingent on around. Like, man, when these people get in different statures and like different levels, like he could have been funding her whole life. So she felt obligated to be like, I know this is a quote unquote not physically abusive. She did only say it was emotionally. emotionally abusive relationship, but my bills getting paid, my school paid, I'm getting everything I need. I'm just gonna take it. I feel like this is just a grab for money.
Same thing I say about waitresses and waiters who choose to work the job that only pays them $2 an hour. You have a choice. You can go get a better life. You can go.
That's your take on it. But some people, their better life is what they can only see. They can't see past their better life.
It's just being a sex worker all your life, because that's essentially what you're saying you are. Like, if everything is contingent upon you popping your pussy open for this man, you're contingent upon being a sex worker all your life.
I mean,
and if that's the case, there's always something better.
But again, that is our take on it. As we're categorizing her as a quote-unquote sex worker, she don't see herself as that. She young, 21 years old, sleeping with a man that is 30 years her senior damn near, and a football Hall of Famer. Like, she having a good time. So we looking at it from the perspective of what it may really be as, girl, you prostituting. But she looking at it as, I'm just having a good time. I'm living life. I'm 21 years old. I'm having fun. Everybody can't see it past where quote unquote we see it or others see it. Like, her vision is obviously,
but she obviously sees it past that because you went and filed
a
whole
no.
to say
she only sees it.
Is abusing me.
She sees that now because she saw Ankh in the headlines last week going up for $110 million podcast deal and was like, I was sleeping with him. I'm sleeping with him. I can get something from this. Because, not saying that none of the allegations are true, but it's like, you've been sitting on this for how long? October of 2024 is when the first quote-unquote incident happened. So sitting on this since October, why in the hell are you now just coming up with it in April, a week after we all know Shannon Sharpe is going up against $100 million podcast deal from multiple different, like, it just, the timing of it looks so off. And that's why I would call bullshit. I don't want to say the girl lying, it ain't never happened. I don't want to say that because maybe it did. But my thing is, why did you wait? And when you wait, that's what makes it harder on other people to tell their story, is because you waited since October. So now somebody that got something really going on, they feel like they can't speak up because, oh, I'm just going to wait. Because how long were you going to wait? How long was she going to wait to be like, oh, yeah, Shannon Sharpe did this to me?
She keeps saying, I mean, either way, I just have a different outlook on a lot of these sexual assault cases, whether we hear what happens, don't hear what happens. Emotionally, physically, mentally, all of that, you have a choice. As a person, as the God-given right that God gave us to have free will, you have a choice in this life to take what you take, to don't take what you take, to all of that stuff. No matter what the emotional tie is, no matter what monetary value you're gaining, you have a choice to get out of this.
And yes, that's very true, is that they all have a choice, but what sucks sometimes, Drip, is that they don't see that choice. Some of them cannot see past the situation that they're in, so they conform to their choices.
This situation, though, you obviously see past the situation you're in because you went to file a lawsuit.
But she only see it. She really don't, because she only seen it for the money. So she's still only looking at it for what it is, and that's a money. That's a monetary thing. Because if you,
I think personally though, her monetary reason for seeing it is to get out of it. Because if we're saying that,
but you could have got out of it when it happened in January.
Yeah, you're saying that now, but what you were saying before is you were saying she's staying in it because this is the value she saw from it. This is the only life that she saw. So if the only life that she saw was a monetary value life from all of this stuff, you back in January, back in October, back in whatever, when you knew he had that check. Hell, when he moved you to Las Vegas, you knew he had that check. Why weren't you going for the money back then? Again, you had the choice, you had the option to get the fuck
well,
out
I think that goes down into influence, right? Because now it goes into, girl, you said you messing with who? You ain't just see he going for, girl, you might as well go. And now that's where influence come in at, because again, the whole point of it is a choice is there, right? The choice is to stay, the choice is to leave. You decided to stay up until you saw that it no longer benefited you and like, okay, this is my best way out. And if I got to get out, then I'm going to get out with every dime I can possibly get out with. Because essentially that's what you're doing. Like, essentially that's what's happening right now is you're deciding, like, all right, if I'm going to get out, well, shit, I'm going to go ahead and try to get as much as I can out of it.
In any of these situations, like, I'm not saying that going to get the money is a bad part of all of this, but if you really, this is just my personal opinion. This is not the opinion of the Discussions and Conversations podcast, none of that stuff. This is my personal opinion. If you're in a situation that you know ain't right for you, that you've been to ain't right for you, because again, whether it be influence, whether it be anything, eventually, some way, somehow, somewhere along the lines, something struck her in the fucking head, and she said, damn, I gotta get out of this. And in that moment, you didn't get up, pack your shit, and leave. Everything that follows it, it may suck to hear, it may suck to say, it's on you.
No, I don't think. Nah. I mean, that's you have a choice. Like, I mean, you have the decision to make. So whatever consequences is faced after you got that wake up, that's what it would be called. Essentially, it's a wake up call. After you got that wake up call, if you decided that, hey, I'm still gonna stay, I'm still gonna.
If you're Michelle and he went live that day, and now your name is going through the headlines, the ringers, the buzzers. Every time somebody do a podcast with this man, they joke, oh, Michelle.
Yeah, everybody joke about him with it.
If this is you, in October you had the chance to slide.
But it goes into, I mean, in this instance, right? Because every instance is different. But in this instance, it goes into, what you about to say?
I feel like no instance is different. Everybody has the opportunity, unless this man has you like R. Kelly had them girls.
And that's all about to say.
Chained
Chris,
up,
there are some instances to where it's like if you being physically restrained, then you can't leave.
I feel like that's the only way you can't leave. There's no way in hell that you can say, and again, this is not the opinion of the Discussion and Conversation podcast. This is Chris's opinion. I feel like there's nothing in this world, there's nothing on the face of this planet that can cause me to stay in something I don't want to be in.
But that's you, though. See what you just said? Everybody don't have that same view. Everybody can't see things or see their way out of it. Some people's situation is all they see. See, you, Chris, me, Dre, have the ability to see our situation and see our way out of whatever we're in. Mm-hmm. Some people, Michelle, Jane Doe, whoever it is, they can't see shit but what they in.
But to say you can't see, yes you can. Yes you can. Because everybody has again, unless you're physically restrained and you have no outside ability to this world,
some people are so
you have the ability to see.
Some people are so emotionally blind by some shit that
but you still see everybody else living their fucking life, smiling, happy. You still see everybody else not being chained in the basement.
And they see that, and they see those things. You still
have the ability to see.
They see those things, but them seeing those things don't make them say, "I want that." They just see it because again, they don't know nothing else but what they know.
There's a difference between wanting something and acknowledging something is in front of your eyes. There's a difference between saying that.
Well, they don't want it.
Exactly.
And they don't want it because they don't know nothing else.
And I get that. But we can't say they don't want it versus they don't see it because they see it. Everybody sees everybody sees their outlet, their way out. Whether they take that way out, it's different. Everybody sees the exit door. You don't never not see the exit door of a situation that you're going through. Whether you decide to walk through that door is a different thing.
Some people are in certain situations, physically, mentally, emotionally, to where there is an exit door, and some people don't see it though because it's like, again, all I know is this. So I hear that there's an exit, but I don't see that because every time I open my eyes, all I'm seeing is this person beating my ass, or this person abusing me, or this person doing that. So you telling me, oh yeah, girl, you know it's this way out, or bro, it's this way out, but I don't see that because you're not in my situation, or you don't see things, or you're not feeling what I'm feeling to say, oh yeah, I see that. Again, being graced with the opportunity, like what we have to be like, nah, man, you can get out of that. Let me help you see that, because sometimes people need that help.
But what you just said, oh bro, I can see that, but you don't see it how I'm seeing it. people are giving you the help. You're just not accepting it. You can see it.
Because I can't see it, though, because of what I'm going through. Like, some daddy...
To me, you're just not accepting it. Because if it's in front of you... If somebody is telling you this is the way out, if somebody is showing you this is...
But I don't know that, though. I don't know how to get to that. All I know is this. So I'm seeing that, but how do I accomplish that when all I know is this?
But again, you just acknowledge it. That's the difference. There's a difference between seeing something and not acknowledging something. If you got somebody telling you, child, that man shouldn't be beating you, and you continue to stay in that situation, you see the fact that people are telling you, and you see the fact that there are other people that's living a better life that don't got men beating on them, that don't got women beating on them, that don't got men doing this to them. You're just not accepting that you can be in that better life.
Hey.
You're just not really saying, no, I can be that too. Again, the only way that you can't see this better life is if somebody is physically restraining you from seeing that. If somebody is physically restraining you from having the friends to tell you that ain't good for you.
I think we're talking about seeing from maybe a visual standpoint, and I'm talking about it more from like a visual and mental standpoint, because they can see it visually, but mentally they don't see that because they can only see their situation that they're in. Nobody has been able to bring to them the awareness to be able to say, hey girl, you can see that, hey bro, you can see this around you, because again, visually, yes, they see it, but they don't know how to mentally go and see that or grasp that.
But that's where the acceptance comes in, because once you accept that, that's where mentally you can finally see it. If you're not
accepting is a whole different ball game.
Exactly. And that's again where now your blinders come on at, because again, you can see all of this stuff. Examples are what examples are. If something is before you and it's obviously the way out, the solution, the anything, that's what you're seeing. But if you don't accept the example that something puts in front of you, yes, somebody else's outcome, somebody else's roadmap isn't what you think it should be for you or could be for you. But again, that's at the end of the road, the outcome is still the outcome. At the end of the day, just like Glorilla said, the day gonna end. So whether I take a right and you take a left, we still gonna get to the same. We should still be able to get to the same destination, the same journey, so on and so forth. So your roadmap may be different from my roadmap. And again, that's where the friends, the relationships and all that come into to say, hey girl, your roadmap gonna be different from mine. But again, I'm giving you the examples of
you giving me your example.
You can change this, period. Whether it's my example,
and
whether it's life example, whether it's anybody's example, you can say no. That's the issue that's grasping all this. The issue with Shannon Sharpe doing what he's doing is because he didn't accept her saying no at the end of the day. But she said no. When you say no, you have to get out of there.
But it's like for Shannon, right? Was she saying no? Because now you saying that since October, this man y'all just been going in this relationship and he just been coming over abusing you.
And again, that's where
and you was just saying no all the time.
That's where the game goes to. You have to yourself get out of there and want something better. Again, when we go, the example I love to use for restaurant workers and all of that, people say all the time, oh no, they don't have a choice. There are 50 million jobs in this world. Why is the choice that you have to only work in a restaurant for $2.30 an hour or for $5.20 an hour, where you can go sit on, time doesn't permit. There's so many other part-time jobs in this world that you can choose, that you can have to where you can have your cake and eat it too.
Some people I know for the restaurant industry, some people really stay in that industry for the tips. Like I don't understand the people that stay in those jobs and then poke and prime at those that don't tip or leave.
When you live your life for a tip.
When you're on this job because of the tips. Like you are working this job because of the tips.
I made $300 yesterday because I just.
And next thing you know, you were in L House.
Come on, bro.
Come on, like so again, I can't feel. I don't like that. Was your decision.
You have these situations, these times, and these. And again, I'm not saying this is for every sexual assault situation.
No.
I'm just saying for particular situations, there's always an out. Unless you're physically being restrained, and I'm going to keep stressing that. Unless you're physically being restrained, you ain't got no access to the outside world or any of that, there is always an out. Whether you choose that out is on you. Whether you choose to walk through the exit door, that's on you. Whether you choose to tell that man to stop beating you, that's on you. Now, if you feel like because I tell this man to stop beating me, he going to beat me harder, again, that's on you to choose to stay.
But I don't want to keep going down this road because I feel like this is like we can go all day on this one. But it's just like in those instances, it's just hard for some of them because even though they might not be getting physically restrained, the moment they try to get out, they getting their ass beat. Or the moment something try to happen, like it's a counterpart to it, and that sometimes is the fear of quote unquote seeing the way out. It's like, okay, I see my way out, I want to go towards it, but every time I try to get towards it, this happened, that happened. It's like how do they face that? What's that?
But look at this situation in particular. You're not filing criminal charges. You're suing him.
So at this point, you're coming for, I mean, you're trying to take him down.
Like, come on. So again, if you're saying this man did all of this shit to you, why are you not filing criminal charges? You're suing him. You're going civil.
Well, she said the charges aren't criminal because all of the quote unquote all of the intercourse was consensual. Like it was a consensual relationship starting out, and it was just 2 instances that she documented that were overly aggressive.
And if that's aggression, they have things such as aggravated assault, aggravated battery, aggravated all of this. That
like because essentially it sounds like you feel like you were raped, but you don't want to say you were raped. But
come on, bro.
Everything
that's what
you're
aggravated
saying,
sexual assault is. That's what aggravated
everything
battery
that you're
is.
saying leads to you were raped.
Come on, bro.
So just again, say that.
So again, when we're just looking at this situation alone, you have the ability to say, I was raped, but you don't want to file rape charges? Why? You saw your way out. You had a way out. You could have done anything.
Well, I don't want to comment on that too much because maybe it could be a reason why they didn't allow her to file quote unquote rape charges. Because again, when you get in front of a jury, they're gonna be like, "Well, you just told us y'all was having sex essentially." But how you gonna say now?
What they always tell you is if you ever say no matter how many times y'all have had sex before, no matter how many times y'all had sex afterwards, if at one point you had felt uncomfortable, as she said, if at any point you felt uncomfortable and y'all still went through with it, that's rape.
Yes.
So why are you not filing rape charges?
Because she know that those charges aren't going to stick once you get in front of a jury. Because the jury is going to look at the case that you're presenting them, and the case you're going to be presenting them is, oh yeah, me and Shannon Sharpe started this relationship. We started this. We did this. It was 2 incidents that I said no, and it still happened. The jury going to look at you and be like, okay, come on now. This is a $200 million man that you not. So I think those are probably those little nuances, and her lawyer was probably like, well, you're going to have to only file what's going to quote unquote stick. And this right here, she wasn't going that one. Once you get in front of a jury and you tell them the entire story that we read, it's like, bro, y'all was in a relationship, things went sour. You looking for money. This is a money grab, and it sucks that
ain't gonna stick either. So you
exactly. So it's like
what? So again, if that's not gonna stick and that ain't gonna stick, what's the purpose of this? Why are you doing
attention? And you can't even say attention because it's like you filing this under Jane Doe. And you can't, like, once this go to the court, like, you can't. How you gonna do this in court? How is Jane Doe in court? Because once it's time to pull up in court and testify, you got to testify. Michelle,
let's change the subject. The Pope died this morning, right after Easter. The Pope croaked.
I mean, right after 420, right after Easter.
I can't keep talking about Jane Doe because that started to piss me off. I just don't. And this again, this is about nothing else. It's just, why are you doing this to this man?
I mean, I don't like, and that's, I mean, before
like, why
Chris,
are you doing this to this man?
Before Chris cut it, that was gonna be the point that I made. Is like, it just sucks that so many of these allegations are coming up against like prominent figures. I mean, Shannon Sharpe is by no means, he's one of the biggest, hottest names in entertainment right now, and for something like this to be coming against him, it sucks.
Come on, man.
I mean, truth or no truth. I mean, obviously, I'm hoping there's no truth in it. I'm honestly believing there's no truth in it. So I fucking hate it.
Based off of all
of what's already out, right?
All the facts and what's presented before us, bro. Like it's hard to say it's not true, but again, like why are you doing this to this man? Because
it's hard to say it's not. It's hard to say it's not true, but it's also just hard for me to believe it, man.
But again, I'm just gonna stand on, if you're not filing criminal charges, why file for anything else?
Oh, I'm 100% on that. I mean, if you're going to come out against a person that done sexual assault to you or done any type of assault to you, if you're not going all the way to get this person prosecuted criminally, then where are we trying to go with it? Because we're not going nowhere with it.
We're not, bro. Just taking $50 million of this man's money is not going to do anything. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, hell no.
It's not going to do nothing.
Not with the way. No, I'm not worried about that.
Just putting this man's name in the headlines. I mean, that enough is going to take away the $50 million that you thought you were going to get from him.
Mm-hmm. Because now you're giving
No. Let's move on.
The Pope died, man. Tragedy. Our vice president apparently went and saw him yesterday and said that he looked extremely sick. He went to go see.
JD Vance did what?
He said he went to go see the Pope yesterday, and when he saw him, he looked extremely sick, Drip.
What the hell was JD Vance in the Vatican for?
To see the Pope.
Oh, my God, man. Apparently, everything JD Vance touched, he break. We saw what he did with the trophy. College football.
Dog.
Like, everything.
How, like, in Ohio, like, bro, you went to Ohio State. And then he's going to come out and be like, yeah, I broke it so nobody else can have it. Like, no, bro. Like, what is wrong with you?
Everything you touch crumbles, bro.
Just like the country. I hope not.
All right, man. We got to get out of here. Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Listen, we had an event that we did this Saturday.
Oh, man. That was amazing, bro.
We got a bunch of interviews.
Man, that was, bro.
Shout out I4 Chapman.
Chap, thank you, man.
Appreciate you, Chap, man. It was a
coming up this Wednesday,
good event.
Our sit down with I4 Chap, man.
Yes, part 1 of probably part 2, 3. Chap gonna be on here, man.
We're gonna have Chap on a few times.
We're gonna have Chap on a few
Great
times.
Great
so much that he does. I mean, from the community to entertainment to clothing. I mean, bro, the man touched it all. I mean, he's a big part, a big voice in Orlando. So
bro, the 501c3s, all of it, bro. It was dope to sit down with him for the 11, 15
minutes. A very quick interview y'all gonna have on Wednesday. But the next one that we do with Chap is gonna be a good one.
Bro, it's gonna be good. Again, as we always say, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all comment. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us what you don't want to hear. Tell us your true opinions about what I had to say today. I know. Oh my!
We had a very opinionated podcast, so I am guaranteeing that me and Chris are going to be getting a lot of chewing out over the next few days.
I'm getting chewed up.
I know we said some stuff that people are not going to be happy with. Don't give a damn. That's our opinion. That is the purpose of discussions and conversations every Monday and Friday. Monday at 5 p.m., Friday at 7. Y'all get ready. This Friday gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be another good one. We're gonna be recapping the playoffs. We're gonna be recapping the week. We're going to be talking some more about the Pope dying, some more about Shannon Sharpe, some more about this, some more about that.
We'll know more about that.
We'll definitely know more about Shannon Sharpe, so that's going to probably kick it off on Friday, what's really going on. But
again,
we here.
Comment, subscribe, like, all of that good stuff. And always remember, the Philadelphia Eagles are your reigning matter of fact, let's change it up.
What?
The Philadelphia Eagles and John Cena are your reigning, defending, undisputed champions of the world. Discussions, conversations, baby. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. We out.